Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. However this finds you, I do hope this finds you well. Listen, I'm not going to be on here for a long time, but I'm going to be on here for a spotting a product placement time. That's because we are talking about product placement in one of the shows that I love to hate. And just like that is out here doing brands dirty, and I need to know why. I need to know why. How many products can you spot in this frame? Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. Remember season 1 of And Just Like That? You probably had blocked it out of your memory because it wasn't that great. But anyway, Peloton, there was this cute, not so cute cameo, and that is when Mr. Big finished his ride on a Peloton Bike Plus and he promptly died.
It made sense for Peloton to feature its product in the Sex and the City revival and Just Like That in 2021. I mean, the pandemic happened in 2020. We're still going strong in 21. So people probably still weren't going to the gym or weren't comfortable going to the gym. They needed to work from home. And then you have a Peloton right there in a TV show. But I'm assuming Peloton wasn't happy with how its product was featured in the show because it shows Mr. Big riding a Peloton. And then when he finishes, he has a heart attack and dies. I don't know about you, but I don't think Peloton wants to be implicated that their products can make you work out so hard you just keel over and die. After the episode, Peloton also put out a statement saying they were not aware of what the plotline would be when agreeing to let the show showcase its product. They were aware that one of the Peloton instructors, Jess King, would be featured in the episode as per a casting notice, but I don't know, maybe figure that out, read a script or something, unless they hit it. This is a weird one.
He passed away. He went on to glory, child. The internet spiraled. Peloton stock. People were blaming the bike like it had hands. And listen, this just wasn't drama. Peloton's market cap dropped in the days to follow that episode. That is the power and the danger of product placement. To fix that nightmare, Peloton supposedly called Ryan Reynolds. His agency, Maximum Effort, dropped a parody ad with Chris Noth at the time, who was alive and well, and he was sipping wine and smirking.
To new beginnings.
To new beginnings. You look great.
Well, I feel great. Should we take another ride? Life's too short not to.
And just like that, the world was reminded that regular cycling stimulates and improves your heart, lung.
It actually worked because, you know, people here in America, we are very petty and very surface. But anyway, it worked. The stock bounced back up and everybody moved on. It was a messy start, but it was a clean recovery. That Sex and the City was always a brand parade, and Just Like That is following suit. We remember seeing Apple, Gucci, of course, Manolo Blahniks. Brands have gotten screen time, like they are part of the cast. And the truth is, when it's done well, it actually works. Studies show that brand recall from product placement is at about 20 to 30% higher from a traditional ad. And I'm speaking to y'all as a brand marketer with over 20 years of experience in the game. So when you place products properly, try saying that quickly, it actually taps into aspiration without interrupting the story if the tone is done right. And so we've seen from the likes of Manolo that they are masterful here. People were introduced to Manolos through Sex and the City, and it paid off huge for the brand. But let's get back to season 3 of And Just Like That. The placements are strange. They are unhinged. For example, when Seema was visiting Virginia with Carrie, and that's a whole nother story right there, messy. And Seema insists that while she's there, she wants some fried chicken, and they couldn't get any at the restaurant. I don't believe any of that, but this is not a review of And Just Like That. I'm dying real bad to do it, but I ain't getting it. They couldn't find any fried chicken in Virginia. Not a food truck, not in a restaurant, nothing. So Seema goes to KFC. Huh? Okay. Reddit was going crazy. over this KFC placement. In addition to the Target placement that came when the season began, SimpliSafe popped up randomly with no context except for the fact that it didn't work. I can attest that SimpliSafe, okay. Shein got a negative name drop at the top of the series, which is wild given their PR history that they would even be introduced, even negatively. These mentions, they kind of feel like setups. It's really interesting the way that they do it. They're bringing them up. It's really weird. And it makes me wonder how the legal teams of SimpliSafe, Target, KFC, Shein are approving placement of these products. They have no brand sanctity, sacredness, I guess. I don't know. When brands are awkwardly placed or tied to controversy, it can backfire.
Carrie Bradshaw getting her bathing suits from Target is the biggest recession indicator. I understand the need for product placement, but gone are the days of them being subtle and creatively woven into the story. In the last episode of And Just Like That, the speed stick and apples to apples were not even like subtly added into the plot. They were the plot. I can almost excuse it in streaming shows, but in movies like Jurassic Park, whatever tie-in they had with Big Candy, they were constantly talking about Twizzlers. Final battle with like the Raptor hybrids was like in a convenience store. They're hiding amongst all the candy shelves. I mean, the craziest was definitely the Elf product placement in the Mean Girls movie musical, but at least that made sense. I mean, Carrie Bradshaw shopping for bathing suits at Target. Miss, I bought Vogue instead of groceries because it fed me more.
In fact, it's 34% of viewers that say a misplaced product will negatively impact their perception of said product. Y'all remember in the original Sex and the City, when we got that emotionally dramatic product placement around Carrie's computer, where her laptop crashed and Aiden, he came through because he was like, oh, try Control-Alt-Delete. But it was a Mac. Oh, I can relate. I could relate. Anyway, the sad face screen popped up. And so she wrapped up the computer in a pashmina. Remember pashminas? And she went down to TechServe. Remember TechServe? And she was pissed with Aiden the entire time, chewing on that gum, honey. Then he tried to buy her a new laptop, and it was a Mac laptop. And at that time, the Macs that had the handle were coveted. Carrie, she wasn't grateful. She flipped out. She said she didn't want a new computer. She didn't want to let go of her old one. And then he hit her with the receipt. And the rest is history. That's probably why Aiden's still bitter to this day. But anyway, as I mentioned, we ain't getting into it. At the center of that was the Mac. It was the Apple. It was subtle product placement. The purchase to intent went up by 22% for Apple. But the part that I still don't get is how some of these negative placements even get approved. I keep coming back to that. Do the brands not see the scripts? Are they just so thirsty for visibility that they roll the dice? Is that part of the undercurrent? If you know you're a brand and you know that you're appearing here, you know that the cameo may not be positive, I sign up for that. I don't know. I'll never understand it. Anyway, product placement should feel intentional, clever, and inspirational. But when it misses the mark, it can be loud, clunky, and you cannot unsee it. But it is burned in your memory. You see how I brought up that Mac example from Sex and the City, and we all know what I am talking about? There you have it. Sometimes those high-stake gambles, I guess, are worth it. Well, I promised I would not be on here for a long time, but for a product placement time. And I delivered. Share this with some of your guys or your girlies. Like and subscribe. And remember, until next time, you are capable of big things.